Thanks for joining us. We start tonight with the story of Amani from Luton, who died from a brain tumour when she was just 23 years old. Now, in the last months of her life, Amani campaigned for more funding and research into brain cancer, and now her parents are taking on the fight. They say they're disappointed that only around a quarter of the £40 million pledged by government in 2018 has actually been paid out. And today they've been in Westminster asking questions. Helen Mulroy reports.
I mean, Amani is incredibly special. She's our firstborn, extremely bubbly.
She was a young woman with her whole life ahead of her. Amani Liaquat from Luton had recently graduated and was starting a master's when she was diagnosed with a brain tumour.
She had a very caring side to her, a caring, fun side, and she was always the life and soul of sort of any gathering, and a joy to be around.
Definitely the light of our family, and so we were devastated when she was diagnosed with cancer on her 22nd birthday.
She was immediately treated with 6 weeks of radiotherapy and chemotherapy, but sadly that didn't stop the tumour.
She was suffering from severe headaches, and they had to do an emergency scan, and they just basically said the tumour's grown even more, and basically the treatment's not working. So we'd already started researching outside of the UK, and there's lots of families in the UK that sadly having to do the same. And basically we'd found a drug that could be privately sourced in Germany.
The family raised over £100,000 and flew to Europe to secure this treatment.
And that's probably when we were first introduced to the fact that how woefully inadequate the treatment for brain cancer is in the UK.
Throughout her 22-month battle with brain cancer, Amani tirelessly campaigned for further funding and research into the illness. An ambassador for the charity Brain Tumour Research, she organised fundraising events and even recorded a 10-part podcast, including an episode with fellow glioblastoma sufferer Tom Parker from boy band The Wanted.
I can't do this for the rest of my life, just keep going to hospital, but it is what it is. That's your life, isn't it?
But that's why I appreciate so much that you are recognising that you've got a following, you've got a position. Unfortunately, you need people that do have a presence that people are aware of.
I was incredibly proud of her anyway. I mean, I've always found her an inspirational character, but I think when she was diagnosed, the way she handled it and how she wanted to make a change just took my respect for her to a different level.
Now Amani's parents have taken on her fight, continuing to campaign for better funding into brain tumour research. Today, they'll tell their story in Westminster to the All Party Parliamentary Group on brain tumour research.
If we can help in any way prevent another family going through the trauma that we've been through and the trauma we continue to live through, then we feel that we've achieved something.
Helen Mulroy, BBC Look East.
Well, brain tumours are the biggest cancer killer of children and adults under the age of 40, yet historically have received just 1% of the research spend. Hugh Adams is a spokesperson for the Brain Tumour Research Charity.
So we were thrilled in 2018 when it was announced the £40 million was available for allocation to brain tumour scientists. And now the All Party Parliamentary Group has uncovered that 5 years on, only 10 million of that has been allocated. Only 10 million has actually got into the hands of the scientists that can unlock this uniquely complex puzzle. So what's gone wrong? We call for innovative thinking. We need that spirit of doing things differently. If we do things the same, things won't change. We need to do things differently. We need to have brain tumour experts on funding panels. We need to review applications that have previously been rejected. And we need the government bodies to be proactive. Go out there and search for brain tumour funding. Don't sit back and say it's available. Go out there and hunt for it.
Well, the government does say, we have invested in every suitable application made, and funding will continue to be available. The government says it is taking it seriously. The money's there.
So if we look at the pipeline, that hasn't made a difference there. We're still at least 2.5 years before new treatments are coming on stream for brain tumour patients. In the meantime, UK brain tumour patients are leaving the country. They're researching, accessing and self-funding treatment overseas. That can't be right. So the government can say what they like about the funding that they're doing. We're saying do it differently, do it better, make a difference for brain tumour patients. Because if we do what we've always done, we get what we've always got, and that is not acceptable for brain tumour patients in this country.
And we saw how Amani's family, in their absolute desperation to try and keep their daughter alive, went to Germany, sourced a private drug from Germany. Does that mean that other countries are further ahead than us on this?
I think we need to be clear that what UK patients are doing has a commercial side to it. So they are paying for treatment overseas. And I'm not sure that it's always as straightforward as saying that other countries are ahead of us. What we need to be doing is making sure that we're funding the research in this country so that we're getting new therapeutics through to clinical trials for UK patients, so that area where people are having to go overseas for treatments is eliminated. And families like Amani's, when they need the support most of the NHS is delivering options and better outcomes for them, delivering hope.
Hugh Adams, thank you very much.
Thank you.
The charity